Good evening and welcome to the Wellsboro Area High School Gymnasium, where the Wellsboro Hornets are going to be taking on the Mansfield Liberty Tigers. In this evening's action for the Wellsboro Hornets, coached by Jeff Sahusky, we'll have number 5, Alexa Dunham, who's a freshman. Number 6, Jenna Sager, freshman. Number 7, Maddie Bordis, sophomore. Number 11, Rosalie Ladd, freshman. Number 10, Natalie Cleveland, freshman. Number 16, Emma Davis, freshman. Number 18, Maya Paredes, freshman. Number 22, Isabel Andreg, freshman. Number 24, Maya Lockett, freshman. Number 27, Olivia Chilson, freshman. Number 29, Elena Colasar, sophomore. And number 30, Emily Starkweather, sophomore. For Mansfield this evening, we have number 13, Reese Barrett. Number 24, Peyton Chappell. Number 11, Rita Fernandez. Number 20, also in number 63, Chloe Hatch. Number 15, Sage Lehman. Number 10, McKenna Leitner. Number 7, Megan Spohn. Number 17, Alice Swingle. Number 9, Mackenzie Tice. Number 8, Bailey Kornig. And number 5, Aubrey Pagano. This is the second meeting of these two teams this season, with Mansfield having come out on top for the JV game. Good evening and welcome to the Wellsboro Area High School Gymnasium, where the Mansfield Mounties are being hosted by the Wellsboro Lady Hornets. We are coming to you live for JV action this evening. And for our lineups for the Mounties, number 13, Barrett, number 24, Chappell, number 11, Fernandez, number 20, Hatch, number 15, Lehman, number 10, Leitner, number 7, Spahn, number 17, Swingle, number 9, Tice, and number 8, Kornig. For the Lady Hornets, we have number 5, Dunham, number 6, Sager, number 7, Bordis, number 11, Ladd, number 10, Cleveland, number 16, Davis, number 18, Paredes, number 22, Endereg, number 24, Lockett, number 27, Chilson, number 29, Colasar, and number 30, Starkweather. And starting on the floor this evening for the Hornets, starting out to serve, we're going to have Maddie Bordis, number 7. And we're going to get right to gameplay right away here. Bordis' serve over to the Mounties. It is set in the middle, nice middle hit, and it finds the floor by number 24, Chappell. As the Hornets take the ball, it is free balled over by Lockett. The Mounties set it up in the middle again, down the middle. Cleveland attempts it. It is hustled after by Starkweather. Mountie point. Mounties set it up in the middle yet again. It is a tip this time. Bordis hits the floor, gets it. There's a scramble at the net. It's over, free ball. Mansfield wasn't quite ready. It is free balled back over. Let's see if Wellsboro can do something with it. Set to the middle to Lockett. Lockett swings and it catches the top of the tape. Number 5, Aubrey Pegano is back to serve. And Davis stretches to reach that, and it just goes off her extended arms, and it is point again, 4-0 Mounties. Pegano serve floats to Starkweather. Set to the middle. Lockett swings a bit underneath it, goes a bit long. This time a little lower on the serve. Starkweather handles it. It's over to the Mounties. Outside to Lehman. Lehman has a beautiful hit. It's off the hands of Starkweather. Point to to Liberty. I will apologize up front because I will do it all evening. These two teams, the Southern Tioga teams, had united several years ago, but when I coached, they were all separate, so I still call them by the wrong mascot or school. A deep serve this time by Pegano. Starkweather tries to handle it, goes a bit long, and Coach Zahusky is going to call a timeout and try to settle the troops here. As I was just making note, the Southern Tioga School District combined many of their sports teams. I had the opportunity to actually coach a junior high team the year they combined. They wore blue that year as a unified color, and we played in Mansfield High School. They have since made the division that volleyball plays out of Liberty, and so when they are at home, they're in the Liberty Gymnasium, but you'll see a combination of students from Mansfield and and Liberty. This time, Pegano's serve goes a bit shorter. She's moving it around and giving it some different height. As a result, looks like Wellsboro's struggling just a bit with it. This time it's a floater. Cleveland handles it. It is free balled over by Lockett. Leitner handles it. It is attempted tip, and Lockett goes up to block it, but swings her arm and catches the top of the tape with her arms. Taking it a little bit harder this time with an a backspin, I should say. Free balled by Cleveland over. Mansfield works to set it up, and a beautiful tip from the middle, and it finds the floor. Low, hard floater. Free balled by Bordas, but it is outside the antenna. This time it has a little backspin to that serve, and it is tough to handle by Davis. Coach the Husky calls for a substitution. It looks like Rosalie Ladd is going in for Miss Emma Davis. Starkweather passes the ball nice and high to Bordas. The ball goes back to Starkweather, who tries a back row hit, and it doesn't quite make the net. Short float. Rosalie Ladd handles it, gets it back over the net. Mansfield struggles a bit to get it. Free balled over. Bordas passes it up. Ladd sets it. Free ball by Lockett. Handled in the back by Leitner. Set outside to Lehman. Wellsboro handles it, puts it back over the net. It's tight. There's a little bit of net play, and it goes out of bounds. Point to Wellsboro. So they broke the serve finally. Olivia Chilson is back to serve at this point in time. Substitution back into the game as Davis comes back in. And Ladd takes a seat. Low driving serve for Chilson, and it results in a point for Wellsboro. 2-13. Ball is passed up, hit out of the middle by number 24, Chappell, and it catches the net. Chilson's serve goes down the line. It causes a little bit of trouble for Tice and results in a point to Wellsboro. Another deep serve by Chilson. They handle it. There's a tip by Mansfield, and it is put just over the block. Point and side out over to the Mounties. Serving for Liberty would be number 15, Lehman, and that catches the net. Wellsboro seems to have a little bit of a lineup issue. I think they've got it resolved, and coming into the game for the libero position is number 29, Colasar. The libero goes back to serve. Cleveland serve goes deep back middle, and so Liberty has to result in a free ball. Wellsboro sets it up, a deep, hard cross-court hit by Starkweather. It's a bit wide. It appears that the nerves have settled down here a bit, and Wellsboro settled into a little bit better rhythm. Spinning serve, Chilson handles it, puts it back over, a hit out of the middle. Wellsboro attempts to handle it. They get it back over on a free ball. You have a pass set and a hit by number 13. Chilson hit the floor a little early and tries to scramble after it, and in doing so gets her hands on it, but the ball goes just behind her. Chapel to serve deep to the back corner, and they realize it's in, and it is point to Liberty. This time Chapel goes the other way. Chilson takes the serve. It goes to Davis. Davis hits it over. Mansfield handles it. Hit out of the middle. Free ball coming for Wellsboro. Liberty sets it up. There's a tip handled by Bordis, who gets it back over the net, and it is a point to Wellsboro. Davis going back to serve. There's a sub for Liberty. Number 11, Fernandez, is coming in for number 15, Lehman. Davis serves a high deep to the back corner as well, just kind of like what was handled to her a little bit ago, and Liberty struggles with it as well, and it is point to Wellsboro. Davis to serve this time sideways, spinning to the back middle. It is set by 13, tipped over by the front middle. Nice outside set by Davis, and Starkweather gets the kill off of it. Very nice execution. Emma serves again. Floater this time. Causes a little trouble, but nice pass. Tip to the middle. Starkweather's ready. Bordis sets it outside to Starkweather, who hits it to the back middle. Liberty sets it up. Free balled by Swingle. Bordis gets it to the middle. Colasar right down the middle. Good swing. Liberty sets it up. Beautiful swing out of the middle there. Nice scramble by Wellsboro. Starkweather gets it over. This time passes a little tight, and it is point to Wellsboro. That was a nice volley by both sides. Way to stay after it. Number 17, Swingle, having some nice middle play there for Liberty. This time to the back right, and it is a point for Wellsboro. Davis is moving her serve all over, getting Wellsboro out of the little bit of hole that they had here at the beginning of the game. This time she goes down the deep middle. There's a bit of a scramble, and again, point to Wellsboro. Davis's serve, back middle, had a little sideways twist to it. It's going to be a free ball for Liberty. Pass by Cleveland, set to Colasar, who is gonna, oh my, I thought she was gonna find the floor. Free ball by Liberty, handled by Chilson. Bordis sets to the outside. Starkweather has the swing, and it goes a bit long. Coming into the game is number 22, Isabel Anderegg, for number 16, Emma Davis. At the same time, for Liberty, you have number 7, Spohn, who just came in for number 9, Tice. Beautiful, hard driving serve, handled by Cleveland. Nice hit down the middle by Colasar, handled by Bordis. There's good communication at the net, and so Starkweather takes it over. Liberty has to free ball it. There is a set to the outside. Starkweather hits it. Liberty handles it. Another dig by Starkweather to the outside, and Starkweather swings, but it goes long. Again, another great volley. Both teams sticking with it during those long plays. This time, Spohn's serve goes a bit outside the right side here. Back to serve is going to be Starkweather. Beautiful, low, floating serve. When you can see it up here, it is amazing. But it turns out that Liberty has a bit of a rotation issue. And so they are fixing it at this point in time. Starkweather serve. Oh, it catches the top of the net and hits the floor. Back to serve is Barrett for Liberty. High serve, and Wellsboro calls it long, and it goes long. For Liberty, you have coming into the game number 8, Kornig. For number 13, Barrett, and it appears number 15, Lehman, is coming back in for Fernandez. Back to serve is Colasar. Colasar's serve is high and just a bit wide. Leitner's back to serve at this time. High serve handled by Starkweather. Ends up being a free ball by Bordis. Liberty handles it. It's a beautiful back set. Cross-court hit. Andreg digs it. Bordis is there. Chilson, beautiful hit. It comes over. Lockett was ready for that and is there to block as well. And it hits the floor for the Wellsboro Hornets are able to pull another point. And again, they're narrowing that margin. Emma Davis coming back into the game as setter comes to the front row as Andreg comes back into the front row. Bordis' serve is short, and then back middle wasn't quite ready for it, and it causes the ball to be passed outside the antenna. Liberty is asking for a rotation check, as it appears that there's a slight misunderstanding on who should be where on the floor. Bordis goes to serve. She's ready. Nice, deep, high to that back corner, trying to find the hole. Hands get on it by Wellsboro. It is set up. Lockett hits it out of the middle. It is overpassed. Chilson's ready. She goes up and swings hard. Set to the outside. It is off the hands as Wellsboro gets their hands up, but it's a beautiful hit by number 15, Lehman, giving the point to Liberty. Number 9, Tice, is coming back in for Spawn. Beautiful low driving serve there. Wellsboro handles it. They've settled way down, and it's much better passing at this point. Middle hit going to turn into a tip. Starkweather passes that up to Bordis. Lockett is there, and nice hit out of the middle. It is going to be a back set over the net, and Davis tries to hit it back over, and it doesn't quite make it. Pagano back to serve. It is way short. What a beautiful short serve, and it is a point to Liberty. So set point is right here. Just catches the tap of the tape. Lockett was ready, though, thankfully. A little bit of miscommunication. Bordis finally puts it back over. It is set out of the middle. It is hit out of the middle and just a bit wide. Wellsboro still has an opportunity here as Chilson goes back to serve, and she did quite well last time when she was serving. So we'll see if she's able to narrow that gap and make this a game. Beautiful, hard out of down the middle. There is a little bit of communication there. Free ball by Liberty. Chilson gets it to the setter. Bordis sets it to Starkweather. Beautiful approach. Nice hit. Dug by Liberty. Free balled over. Bordis has to take it, so Davis is there to put it nice and high. Another nice hit by Starkweather, and it results in a point for Wellsboro. Nice job. It is very difficult for me not to cheer, as I have most of these students in class, and I get very excited for them. Chilson serve this time. Oh, goes a bit off her hand, and it results in going outside the antenna. So that is the end of set 1. We'll have a little bit of a time out here in between as the coaches change lineups or work on what they're going to do. Although we do have the increase in numbers in the gym, they are still not having line judges, and they still are not changing sides. This is not our last game here at Wellsboro. They are playing tomorrow evening here versus Canton. We'll again be coming to you, possibly not for the JV match, but definitely for, you'll have it, not commentating. They'll have it here on our Wellsboro site. But you will see the varsity match being brought to you tomorrow evening by Coach Ann McKnight and Coach Tanya Harmon as they face Canton. And I believe that's the first time they will have met this season. We're trying to get a number of games in this week. I know it's a busy week for Wellsboro as they played in Towanda Monday night. They play here tonight. They play here tomorrow night, and they play at Northeast Bradford on Thursday night. So it's a week filled with volleyball, but they're trying to get everything in with an opportunity for NTL/district and game play. So we're excited that they have been able to get this season in, and excited to see that our kids get to play this year. I know the boys' soccer team was playing outside. If anybody has that score and knows my cell phone number, give me a shout out, and we will get that score updated for you who might be here watching the JV match. Coach Zazowski, unlike the Saturday night's game against Towanda, we're seeing that they're using their timeouts, giving good information to their, not that they didn't give good information, but the timeouts were very fast the other night. Of course, that was also varsity play. But giving good information to his players and expectations, and giving some quality coaching there in the huddle. So we see a new set of players on the floor for Wellsboro. And we'll be calling out their names here as we rotate around. Liberty will start with the serve. And no surprise, Pagano is going to start with her serve. She did so well that first set, so we'll see how she starts here. Starkweather handles that first serve. Bordas has to chase a little, does a nice job of getting it high, and Chilson takes it over. There is a set and a tip over, handled beautifully by Starkweather. Beautiful hit by Lockett. Liberty handles it. They set it up, and they swing wide. Beautiful hit by Lockett out of the middle. That was a beautiful approach. It's nice to see the progress the ladies have made this season. Bordas back to serve. A little bit of top spin on that serve. And she is set to the middle there with Chappell. Wellsboro handles it. Lockett hits it to that campfire area and is able to get the point as Barrett dives to the floor to try to save it. Bordas to serve again, this time a little bit deep. There's a miscommunication as Barrett thought she was taking it, as did Leitner. Point Wellsboro. Bordas' serve goes straight down the line, handled by Liberty. Hit by number 24, tip by Chilson. It is pushed over by number 10, pass by Starkweather. It's a little tight. Bordas didn't know quite what to do with it, so she swung at it and hit it into the net. Pass by Starkweather goes over. Liberty is ready to handle it, but there's a miscommunication on who was supposed to take that third hit, and so the ball goes back to Wellsboro. I've got too many names in my head right now. Chilson back to serve. Chilson serve low, driving down the middle. Pass is a bit tight. Lockett's there, takes it over. Tip by Liberty. Pass by Bordis. Set by number 6. Hit by Lockett. Liberty handles it. Beautiful swing by number 13, but it goes just a bit long from that corner. Let's see, who's our number 6 is Sager. Number 6, Sager. A beautiful set there to help in the middle. Chilson goes to the back corner this time, moving her serve around. Free ball by Liberty. Free ball pass there. You're seeing Wellsboro doing a nice job of setting it up. It all starts with that pass, and if you have a great pass, your setter can do a lot with it as you see the execution of the play. Nice job, ladies. Chilson's serve is low to the middle this time, makes the back middle move forward. It is pushed over by Leitner, set to the outside. Starkweather hits that the back middle. It is dug by Liberty. Chilson handles it up. Bordis sets it outside. Starkweather hits it cross court. Leitner digs it. It is scrambled. Number 9 takes it over for Tice, and it's just outside, so it's a point to Wellsboro. Score is 7-1 Wellsboro. Low driving serve again for Chilson's. There is a set. Dug by Starkweather. Popped up. Oh, nice hustle by Lockett. Set to the middle. It is just long. That was a beautiful scramble as Bordis found herself a little out of sorts, and Lockett was there to back her up. Liberty takes the time out. Coach is given some direction there, trying to settle his players. At the same time, Coach Zahusky seems to be trying to inspire his players as far as what to keep doing, where to keep focusing, and I don't know, I'm guessing at this point in time. I just know what I would be doing. So back to game play here. Chilson goes to serve. It is a beautiful short serve just beyond the 10-foot line. That was spinning a little bit. And you'll notice that Chilson stands in a little bit different location than some of the others. She stands in that back center, so it gives her a little play side to side, a little bit more play. Deep floating serve down the middle. There is a tip. Lockett goes up trying to poke it back up because there was no one protecting behind her, and it just finds the floor. So the ball transfers back over to Liberty. Chappell's back to serve. Hers goes down the middle. Cleveland handles it beautifully to Bordis. Bordis sets outside to Starkweather, who finds the spot. Just a beautiful cross court. Catching the defense a bit out of place, and so back into the game for the libero is number 18, Paredes. Lockett to serve. She has a cross-court serve deep down the corner. And there is a double hit called there on Liberty. Lockett serve again. This time goes, a bit cross-court here in front of her and results in out of bounds. But coming into the game is Rosalie Ladd. And with Rosalie coming in, Lockett takes a seat. Number 7 is in for Liberty. Beautiful deep serve to that back corner, and Spahn draws the ace. Sager has to go get that out of the bleachers there. A little bit of a delay. This time Spahn serve down the middle and results in just catching the back line. Based on what Ladd was just telling a teammate, it seems that it is floating a little bit. And you'll see that with some of these really good deep servers. And that one as well. You saw it lift up and lift down. And if you're sitting here on the side and can see it doing, it's got some serious movement going on. And they're hard as a defense because you're trying to pass it and you realize it moves at the last second. Oh, and this time Spawn hits it into the bottom of the tape. Coming into the game is Anderegg for Sager, and Dunham for Bordis. Beautiful serve by Anderegg, a little short there. Liberty handles it. There's a pop-up by Chilson, but Anderegg is unable to get to it. In for Liberty, we have number 8, Kornig. In for 13, Barrett. Kornig serve is high back to Dunham. She handles it. You have Paredes, who kind of was in the way of the setter, so she set it up, and Anderegg tries to take it over, but has flat hands and causes a double hit. Oh, and this time Kornig's serve is a bit short and catches the bottom of the tape. So Starkweather's back to serve. Beautiful float serve. Wow, there was no spin on that ball whatsoever, and as it came over, you could just see it dance. Beautiful. This time she goes the opposite way, and it's a bit wide. Barrett's back to serve. Barrett's serve goes deep. Starkweather handles it. Anderegg is there. Dunham takes it over free ball. Liberty sets it up. It is set back, a little tight, and it is tipped by Pagano, and point to Liberty. Swingle serves. Goes high and deep to the back middle. Ladd lifts on her a little bit, and so Starkweather scrambles after it, results in a point to Liberty. Liberty's narrowed the gap here, as the score is 11 serving 14. Beautiful serve. Chilson takes it. Anderegg is ready. You have a little bit deeper front row hit there for Chilson, who does a nice job. Starkweather attempts to take that defensively, thinking it's going to be in, and realizes at the last second, trying to pull her hand down, it was probably a bit high. Point to Liberty. And the ball goes slightly off the hand of Swingle, causing a side out. Coming back into the game is Lockett for Ladd, and Paredes takes a seat, and Cleveland goes back to serve for her. Oh, and Cleveland's serve hits the bottom of the tape too. Back in for Liberty is number 9, Tice for Spohn. And I do apologize if I'm saying your names wrong. Pagano's serve is handled by Cleveland. It just goes over. Set, beautiful set. Middle hit there, or middle tip by Chappell. Lockett tried to get it, but she's a little bit off the net, and as a result, it finds the floor. But she was in the right spot and had the right sight. Pagano serves beautiful flat serve. Starkweather handles it. It's a bit tight, goes over. Tice attempts to try to tip it right back over and catches the net. Bordis is in for Dunham. And Davis is in for Anderegg. Bordes' serve is low and catches the bottom of the net. Our service here on both teams has slid a little bit this time. Number 13, Barrett, back in the game. Back to serve is Lehman. Driving serve. Cleveland's ready, handles it. Lockett rotates her shoulders to get a good tip. Liberty's ready for it. They swing, and we see that it's just a bit outside that line. They did call, Wellsboro did call that definitively. Olivia Chilson serves, nice spinning serve to the back middle. A good get out of the net there for Pagano. Wellsboro sets it up. Beautiful swing by Starkweather. Good scramble. And it comes over and actually hits inbounds. Boy, I thought that was going to be outside the antenna, and it wasn't. It really wasn't. That was quite the play. Always play to the whistle. Starkweather redeems herself with a beautiful pass and a beautiful hit. All right, Liberty sets it up. Dig by Chilson outside to Starkweather, who hits cross court, but a little too far on the angle, and it just goes wide. Score is all tied up here at 17. Beautiful serve. Chilson handles it. Bordes sets it nice and high. You have Starkweather took it over free, looking for a middle hit. Lockett attempts to get the block. Nice dig by coverage, and there's a miscommunication on Liberty's side, and the ball hits the floor. Colasar is coming back in for Paredes. Lockett serves deep, causes some issue. It is tight to the net, and Liberty can't seem to get it over, and it is a point to Wellsboro. Lockett serve again, nice to the left back. Free ball by Liberty. Set by Bordes. Colasar hits it right down the middle here. There's a nice back set to number 9. It is touched by Starkweather. Hit outside by 13. Block is there waiting, doesn't cross the net. Lockett serve again, this time deep down the middle. Pagano go back, they get it. Number 17, Swingle free balls it. Nice set by Colasar. Free balled over. You have a set to the middle. Nice hit by Swingler. She's got a nice little, Swingle, excuse me. She's got a nice little snap out of the middle there. She reaches really high. As a coach, you like to see that. Into the game for Wellsboro, you have Rosalie Ladd for Lockett. It appears that Liberty is taking a timeout. So, interesting choice of timeout when they're the ones serving. So, must be they saw something, must be that he's trying to give some direction here. We'd like to see Wellsboro make this go to 3. I know the first time that they played, it did not go the way the ladies said that they would have liked to have seen it. So I'd like to see that the gameplay is better this evening, and that they'd like to steal this one right away from the Mounties. I see in the house tonight is Principal Jeremy Bird. Give him a little shout out there. Still haven't gotten a score on the soccer game. We'll try to catch that in between games here tonight. Beautiful, hard-driven serve. Rosalie Ladd was there and passed it right back. There is a nice pass by Chilson, set outside to Starkweather. Tight pass, it is out of the net. Wow, it goes over, Starkweather's there, tips it back. Nice set to the middle, Swingle gets it over, Chilson's ready. Outside set by Bordis to Starkweather, who gets a beautiful pass. It is tipped back over by Liberty. You have a free ball by Wellsboro. Little confusion there. Chilson comes forward. You have a set to the middle. Little confusing on whose it's to. So there's a push over by Liberty. Set up by Wellsboro. Beautiful swing by Starkweather. Again, nice volley here. Liberty takes it over on the free ball. A slightly errant, good hustle, Rosalie Ladd, but it just gets away from Wellsboro. Whew, nice volley. A lot to say there. Pass by Chilson. Set goes over the net, and Wellsboro's not ready for it, and it is a tied game again. Spohn to serve. This one goes a bit deep. Ladd swings, and I believe she got a touch on it as she tried to, but the call was a little late as far as calling it out. It looks like Wellsboro's taking the time out as the score is 21-20. I see Coach D in the house this evening. Nice to see him. I know he's been instrumental in our sports programs over the years, in our weight room and doing plyometrics, and he is a figure that we love seeing, but I believe he's looking towards retirement, and so it's nice to be able to give him a shout out here this evening. See if Wellsboro caught their breath there and can push over this little hump and make this pass here. Spohn serves. Nice high. Cleveland passes that ball. There's a set to the middle. Starkweather free balls it over. Middle hit to tip, and it hits the floor, and it is Wellsboro's ball. Tied ball game again, 21-21. Back to serve is Davis. Davis, a flow, flat serve. It's set, it goes up, it's a little bit tight. It is up for a tip and catches Wellsboro a little too deep on that. Andregs coming in for Davis. Barrett's serve goes deep down the middle. Chilson handles it, gets it to Andrag. Andrag, beautiful set. Ooh, a little too far outside. Mistimed completely, and Bordis misses it. Barrett back to serve again. Bordis passes to Andrag, who gets the set to the middle. Colasar takes the tip over. It catches the top of the net. Pagano's there. It is tipped by 17, but I believe that they are in the net, and so it is Wellsboro's ball. There is a sub here for Liberty, where you have number 8, Kornig, coming in for number 13, Barrett. Back to serve is Starkweather. Wellsboro down by 1. Let's see if they can come back and get this win. Beautiful low driving serve. It is overpass. Colasar's ready. She sets that up. They dig it. Starkweather passes it over as the back row is scrambling. Liberty attempts to chase after it and is deemed out of bounds because they had to go behind the bench, and so it becomes Wellsboro's point. Starkweather converts that point there. Another beautiful floater. Back corner, the set goes back, pass over her head. That was actually very beautiful. Colasar takes the hit. Back set. You have Pagano who finds that hole in the middle of the floor. So it will be set point for Liberty here. Swingle back to serve. High, deep serve goes out of bounds. The ladies called that bright and early. It was nice to hear that. So, coach is sitting here, and you never miss a serve on game point. I could hear it. So there seems to be a little confusion here on the floor. So they are double checking who is where and what's going on here. Colasar is back to serve. Serve nice and high to the back middle. Liberty takes it, set to the middle. There is a tip, and in that tip, it finds the floor. It is 25-24. These 2-point games are a theme for our team this year. I want them to get this win so bad. There's a timeout by Wellsboro. Any idea what the soccer score was? The soccer score outside, any idea? Us? Okay. Soccer game score was 8-0. Coach McKnight just arrived and said it is 8-0 out there. So, sounds like the Wellsboro Hornets were doing well. For Liberty, Pagano is serving. I'm not sure she's even missed a serve this evening. She has a beautiful serve. So we'll see how Wellsboro handles this serve. Ball is up, it's short. Starkweather handles it. Nice help by Chilson. Liberty goes to handle it. They go to tip and catch the tape. Bordas is back to serve. It is 25-25. There is a sub. Davis is coming in for Anderegg. Beautiful low driving serve. Miscommunication between the back row, and it is a point. So Wellsboro gets the serve for the set. Nice high serve. She's given us a chance. Set to the middle. Beautiful swing. Dig by Starkweather, but it just goes across the net and out of bounds. So we are back tied to a 26-26 game. Back into the game is Barrett. And please don't think that they're sharing masks. They each bring their partner's mask and take theirs off. So just recognize that. Beautiful serve. It causes Starkweather to hit the floor. It is 27-26. Lehman back to serve yet again. Davis calls it out, but it is inbounds, and it is a set and match to Liberty. Good game by both teams. We are looking forward to the varsity. We're going to take a little bit of a pause break here as both teams warm up for the varsity game, and we will be back with you with about 4 minutes before the game starts with the varsity action. Thank you for joining us here at Wellsboro Area High School Gymnasium.
basketball teams. Our third announcer, Coach Tanya Harmon, was a hitter for the Hornets, and on her college team, volleyball was not an option for Coach McKnight, who played high school sports before Title IX. The 2020 Pennsylvania State safety protocols enforced for the first 7 matches have been lightened. To review, current procedures in this unique season include: team substitutes may now remain on the team bench sitting beside each other. No player has to wait in the locker room. Volleyballs will continue to be wiped clean frequently. The teams will not change benches or courtside. There are no corner line judges this season. Their use is now at the discretion of the home team and officials. The warm-up period before the match has reverted to last year's rules. The set-ending team lineup requirement is eliminated. Limited family members are watching in person for just the 3rd time this season. The Wellsboro coaching staff includes the Hornets' 9th-year head coach Sharon Sahusky and 1st-year JV coach Jeff Sahusky. Darcy Warner serves as a volunteer varsity assistant. Matt Rendos is currently the acting athletic director at Wellsboro High School. The game manager tonight is Michelle McNett. Our officials are Gary Swartwood and Lyndon Lundy. PIAA officials are desperately needed in all sports. Now would be a good time for listeners to get an official's license. Contact the PIAA website for information or your local athletic director. Our media specialists are Shane Cleveland and Heather Ladd. The Wellsboro Hornet mascot wears the school colors of green and white. The Hornet varsity record is 8-2. The JV record is 3-7. Wellsboro was swept by North Penn Liberty on October 8th away. Wellsboro lost to Athens in 5 sets at Athens. The Hornets are undefeated on their home court. Last night in Towanda, the Hornets beat the Lady Knights 27-25, 25-12, and 25-23. The Hornet JVs lost 18-25 and 26-28. The visiting North Penn Liberty Mounties are coached by Jennifer Nowry in her 2nd season. The JV coach is Mitch Stetter in his 2nd year. The Mounties are coming off an impressive 31-2-1 record last season. They are the defending PIAA Class AA 2nd place team. They lost 6 seniors to graduation. They returned 2 starters. The Mounties wear school colors of red and black. So far this season, North Penn Liberty sports a record of 9-0. Their next match is against Canton at Liberty on this Friday night. On a personal note, I'd like to add that I had long coaching associations against the independent schools of Mansfield, North Penn, and Liberty. Notable former coaches who were precursors to the excellent combined program now include Romaine Muto and daughter Mindy Mosier, Lyanne Kreiner, Sherry Pro, Joanne France Holland, and most recently Holly Smith and others. This season is historical in terms of volleyball in Tioga County. Since Wellsboro and Mansfield were the 2 teams involved in the original exhibition match in 1970-71 school year, I will give a first-hand account of the early history of this sport after our match wrap-up later tonight. As I've kept accurate records, I'll be naming coaches and starting lineups from 49 and 50 years ago, which may be of interest to some fans.
At this time, we'll have the singing of our national anthem by Miss Olivia Chilson, freshman volleyball player. If you'll please rise and listen to the anthem.
Reminder to everyone, for us to be able to continue holding athletic events, we need your cooperation in abiding by the social distancing and face mask requirements as per the governor's orders. We thank you for your cooperation in this matter. Please rise for the singing of our national anthem by Olivia Chilson. Oh,
Okay. For this evening's team, number 1, Chloe Hatch. Number 2, Allie Koval, senior for Liberty Mounties. Number 4, Darby Stetter, sophomore. Number 5, Emerald Walker, junior. Number 7, Andrea Tomanello, a sophomore. Number 8, Alexia Shear, a sophomore. Number 9, Sarah Spohn, a senior. 12, Julia Nowry, a senior. 13, Charisma Grega, senior. She's also the speaking captain this evening. And number 10, Lizzie Kale, also a senior. And for our Wellsboro Hornets this evening, we have number 2, Bree Kemp, senior. Number 3, Emma Allett, junior. Number 4, Catherine Burnett, senior. Number 7, Madeline Bordis, sophomore. Number 9, Alina Petrick, senior. Number 13, Brianna Smith, junior. Number 14, Shiloh Duff, senior. Number 17, JoJo Judlin, junior. Number 19, Olivia Crocco, senior. Number 20, Bailey Monk, senior. Number 26, Olivia Servatius, junior. Number 28, Grace Hines, junior. And number 30, Emily Starkweather, sophomore.
Wellsboro lost tonight's JV match, so the JV record for Coach Zahusky is 3-8.
Served by Liberty. Wellsboro handles it. We're going to start with Monks with a roll shot right over the head, and she draws the point. On the board first, Wellsboro. Kemp back to serve. Her little backspin serve, where there's a tip over the net by Liberty. Middle set, push by Monks. It is set up, though, by Liberty. Dig by Burnett. Great scramble by Allett. Short roll by Monks. Monks goes up for the block, but they get around it. It is set outside for Allett, who goes to hit it. It is dug by Grega. Wellsboro goes to set it up. Free ball by Allett. It is passed by Liberty. Set up to the middle. It's overpassed. There is net play, drawing number 10, Lizzie Kale, into the net. Point to Wellsboro. Whew, it's going to be one of those games. I love this game. I always look forward to this game. Bree Kemp serves. It is low and catches the net. Back to serve for Liberty is Darby Stetter. Pass by Crocco to the middle there to Monks. It is overpassed by Liberty. It is tight overpass. Number 9, Spawn, is there to control the net. Point to Liberty. Short serve. JoJo Dudlin gets it over to the side. Wellsboro free balls it over. Liberty sets it up. Number 10 takes a cross-court hit, and Kale's ball goes just a bit long. Allett's back to serve. Deep serve. Liberty makes the adjustment outside to Charisma Grega. I love watching her swing. She makes it look so flawless. So she is one of the returning players from last year's team that really came in with a great deal of experience here. Back to serve number 1, Chloe Hatch. Her serve goes straight down the line. Crocco struggles a little handling it. It results in a free ball. Liberty sets it up middle. Monks is there to get that touch back. It is a tight pass. Crocco digs it up. It is taken over by Monks. Outside to Grega. Dug by Petrick. Nice dig. Middle tip. Crocco gets it high. It is back set. Pushed down the line by JoJo Judlin. She finds the hole. Woo.
Coach Sharon Zahusky said that after the match on October 8th at Liberty, we couldn't have possibly played any worse. So
really?
I'm looking for a more competitive match tonight.
I know the girls were getting excited for this. They couldn't wait to play it tonight. Monks serves down the line. It is a high pass there. It is free balled. Wellsboro handles it. JoJo Dunn outside to Crocco, who goes down the line. It is a tight set. There is a beautiful tip by Grega. Good net play by Wellsboro. Gets it deep. It is handled cross court, dug by Judlin. Monks tries to get outside. Crocco does a down the line swing. It is again another tight net, and it results in drawing number 12, Julia Nowry, into the net. She tried to walk the line, and her shoulder just caught it. Monks is back to serve. Her serve goes straight deep. It is high pass. It is taken over free ball, dug by Monks outside. Crocco was going to swing, changes her mind at the last minute, and ends up with a double hit because it's a push and it was outside the antenna.
That's the danger of that overpass. You better hit it cleanly.
Yes. Number 10, Lizzie Kale, goes to serve, and it catches the back corner as Wellsboro thought it was long. So they'll see if they make that adjustment. There's some discussion by the back row. Kale's serve this time. She's going cross court. She made the adjustment. Judlin takes it to the line, and you saw her stop where her foot hit the line, and she said out. So Judlin back to serve. Beautiful little serve down the line. There is a set by Grega. Back row attempt. Boy, that was a really high pass. Free ball by Wellsboro. Liberty sets it up. Tight ball. It is attempted to be tipped over. Wellsboro tips it back over. Middle hit is a push. Pancake. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Pancake. They didn't go after that after Bree had actually gotten her hand under that ball. Man, as a player, that always drive me crazy if I actually got my hand there and people just kind of watched it. You play to the whistle. Grega serves. Petrick gets the ball nice and high. Free balls it over. Liberty handles it. Middle hit. Number 8, good dig by Burnett. Duff passes it nice and high. It is tipped over by Judlin. Push to take Judlin out of the mix. Duff hits it outside. Kemp goes to swing, but catches the top of the tape. Point to Liberty. Woo, this is a busy.
This has a potential to go more than 3 sets, I hope, tonight.
I do too. I always love this game. Beautiful pass by Kemp. Results, though, in a push down the line. So there is a beautiful set outside to number 4. Burnett actually handles that beautifully. Beautiful swing by Shiloh. I'm doing a lot of beautifuls here. Down the line hit. It goes just wide by Stetter. Coming into the game as outlet for Petrick. Crocco is going back for her serve. And she is focused and ready to go here. It goes low and down to number 1, Hatch, who there's a set outside to number 4, who hits that ball really hard cross court. Beautiful inside the 10-foot line.
Exactly. If you can get that spike inside the 10-foot line, you're doing something special.
That's right. Bree Smith into the game for Crocco. Wow, number 8, Alexa Shearer with a beautiful serve. This is a sophomore back there serving that aggressively. Another beautiful serve. Burnett handles it. Set to the middle, and Kemp handles it, but we're going to see it is dug. Back row attempt by Grega, and it hits the net. Wellsboro's point, and we're just moving right around here. Monks is back in the game. Duff is off, and our libero Burnett is back to serve. Beautiful high drive ball to Grega. Outside hit to Stetter. Stetter hits that angle, and it goes just wide as Smith takes it to the line and stops. This time Burnett's serve goes to the right back. There is a push over. There was an attempt to see it, and we see both Owlett and Judlin try to dive to get it, but it is results in a point for Liberty. Nowry serves a bit long, so the ball comes right back over. I will say this game has started with a different confidence this evening for Wellsboro, and I think it's got Liberty a little off, I think, what they expected after the last match. So, nice outside hit by Owlett converts to a point for Wellsboro. And Liberty is going to take a timeout here as Wellsboro's back on top, 11-10. I think I'm shouting.
Okay, this is what we're used to seeing between North Penn Liberty and Wellsboro. Tighter match than, let's see, on October 8th over there it was Wellsboro lost 18-25, 15-25, and 13-25. So we certainly hope for tighter sets tonight.
Yes. But from the very beginning, you can see that Wellsboro came out focused. There was no nerves or trying to get settled here like you saw Saturday night.
They know they can do it, and they just absolutely, completely fell apart over at Liberty, according to the coach, our coach. And she said, we didn't show them anything. So here's the surprise tonight, maybe.
Let's hope. So, beautiful serve by Kemp. We have a hit cross court here, but dug by Kemp. High outside ball. Smith calls it. It is a free ball. Grega handles it to the middle, but there's a little miscommunication. And Smith dives. Monks tries to pop it up, but it results in a ball back over to Liberty. Stetter's serve goes straight down the line. Judlin handles it. It is a tip, but there is a touch back by Spawn, brought back over. Tight set. Grega punches it over. You have Kemp who takes it over. You have Grega who hits cross court and finds the floor as Smith dives after it. So, high arcing ball there for Stetter. Put it back over. We have a lot of tipping going on here. Nice deep pass as Kemp saw everybody up at the net, but Liberty is able to handle it. This time Burnett gets it to the setter. Beautiful dig by Hatch. It is over. Wellsboro takes it deep. Outside set to, oh my goodness, beautiful dig by Owlett. Grega had a beautiful hit there. Free ball by Wellsboro. Liberty handles it. It is a back set to number 10. It catches the top of the net, so Monks gets it up. Owlett swings cross court and gets the point. Woo! Back into the game is Crocco for Smith. So that was a huge point. You have something like that, you always want to see your team come out on top with it because it can be deflating after something so hard.
Well, it should be good for a couple points, I hope.
Grega goes to swing outside. The block gets their hands on it, and we see that it hits the floor. Coming back in the game at this point in time is Petrick for Owlett. She did a beautiful job first time around. Her defense is going to be vital tonight. Back to serve. Hatch is serving, and she goes middle. You can see that dancing a little bit there, and that serve outside, way outside. Crocco goes to hit it. And I was wondering, I thought it went outside the antenna, and a little bit of a delayed call there by the referee, but it did go outside the antenna.
Well, there again, the line judges would be helpful in that situation.
Yes, they would. Beautiful pass by Burnett. Crocco goes to hit. It is a cross court handled by Liberty. Push, dig by Kemp. Beautiful dig. Push this time deep by Monks. It is tight. Grega does a beautiful reach. And they say Wellsboro is in the net. It appears that I think they said, I don't know. I couldn't see the number. I think they said 17, but I'm not positive on that. I don't think it really matters. Wellsboro was in the net. And so Wellsboro will take their first timeout as the visitors have gone ahead by 3, 12-15.
Time to put a stop to that right here and right now. When a team gets in a tight game like this, it has been tied several times. It's time to put a stop to that right now. So Coach Sharon Zahusky is given the plan.
Yes.
Now, Wellsboro better take care of that middle. The Mounties are tipping the ball over the block into an unprotected middle too many times I've seen so far. I also would like to see Wellsboro hit the ball from above their head more often than they're doing. And I'm more a fan of a floor spike than I am of the push pass, although you can direct the push pass a little better. But I want to see the ball attack.
Yes. Well, with that floor spike, you can get more spin on it. It's harder to handle, although you can place that tip. So Burnett passes Hatch's serve. Beautiful hit by Monks. That was a beautiful play. It looked like that was set up right from that timeout, and it converts, and we see Monk's back to serve and Duff back on for the libero as she comes to the front row. Monk's float serve goes short, but passes it to Grega. Grega has the back row hit. Beautiful dig by Petrick. It is a free ball over, though, by Kemp. We have a free ball deep, and Monks goes to the line, and they're all yelling out so she doesn't accidentally run into it. That always makes me nervous when they don't stop. I have seen too many players overrun something and run into the ball. Another beautiful float serve, overpass, and Duff is there. Shiloh Duff, man, that was beautiful.
See, Coach, the Huskies' timeout did the trick. They were trailing by 3. They've now tied it up at 15-all in the first set.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful conversion there. So this time, spinning serve, it just trickles over. Judlin is low and waiting. You have Kemp who sets Krocko. Krocko's spike is just long as she was hitting on the way back down. So we have Lizzie Kale is serving straight down the line. Burnett has it. We heard Kemp yelling, "I got it," and Krocko calls for her free ball. It is set up, outside hit to Grega. Grega goes cross court, and I believe it caught the line. Again, the speed at that ball and the angle at which we're at, I got a reflection.
Either that or
so
it was touched.
I
thought it was maybe out.
Oh, yeah?
You think it touched the line? Must have.
I don't know.
That's what they called.
There's a reflection, so maybe
Yeah.
somebody touched it. Tight pass that time. Bree Kemp tries to do something with it, but as a back row player, she can't pass it over above the height of the net, but she can set it. I think she anticipated a block coming, and it wasn't there. So JoJo Judlin sets that up, and she gets that spike or attempt right back. Kemp sets it up outside to Krocko, who takes a little power off this time, is able to draw some confusion there, but Liberty uses it. Beautiful middle hit, and it draws the middle hitter in middle blocker, number 8, Shear into the net, and so it converts back to Wellsboro. Judlin's serve goes floating just outside. There was some discussion you could hear by Liberty as they were like, "I got it, you got it, no, let it go," at the very last second, and so it is back to Liberty. Grega's serve is low and driven. Petrick handles it. Kemp hits and finds that middle hole. Interestingly, many of these girls do know each other, as I know a lot of them play on the Nightmare Club teams, and they play together in the off season. So this makes this even a little bit more of a personal touch that they love playing each other. Krocko's serve is low and between two players, and as a result, an out ace.
The idea is to serve the ball in the gap, and that one went right in the gap between two Mounties.
Absolutely. Krocko serves again. This time to the middle back is another tight serve or tight pass. And number 12, she has beautiful hands. Nowry did a beautiful job, and because she's in the front row, she can jump up and tip it over because she is not a back row player. Something as a player to note when you are on the floor. Number 8 serve, oh my goodness. Shear has this beautiful, powerful serve that just dives after it crosses the net.
Yeah, because if Burnett can't handle it, there's something spinning on it.
Yeah.
She's doing a fine job as a libero this year.
She has.
First year at the starting position. Ryan Adams played the libero job for Wellsboro last year, so Burnett's doing an excellent job.
Yes. So Wellsboro just took that time out there as they're trying to stop the gap here at 18:21.
Okay, the Hornets schedule, the next home match is tomorrow night versus Canton. Now this is a week that Wellsboro will play 4 matches in 4 nights, which is not the best thing, but based on the fact that at the beginning of the season we got so many matches postponed due to COVID in Bradford County. The next away match is this Thursday, October 22nd at Northeast Bradford. The Wellsboro regular season is scheduled to end on the 29th at Troy, but we're thinking that might be moved up. District play starts for single and double A on October 31st and will continue on November 3rd and 5th at Williamson High School in regular matches.
Yeah. I'm not sure when the deadline is for totals record. Burnett handles this serve. Alec goes to approach it, stumbles a little bit, so second guesses her swing and ends up hitting the net with her her floor spike. Burnett dives and gets that pass. It just goes over. A little bit of timing issue there by Liberty. So, oh my goodness, what a beautiful swing by Kemp. Another outside hit. This time hands by Liberty because they're not going to give her two like that. That was a beautiful dig by Grega over there. That was incredible.
Well, one of the things is Wellsboro, Bree Kemp made such a great play. We're not used to it coming back.
That's true. Very true. Pass is very tight. Kemp goes up and puts her hand up, and a joust at the net draws 12. Nowry into the net as she tries to go back and forth, and it is Wellsboro's point. Burnett, another beautiful serve to Grega. Pass outside to number 4. She's a bit underneath it as Stetter hits the ball a bit long on the outside corner. Wellsboro just keeps chipping away here as Burnett serves again, this time down the line. Set is again tight. JoJo Judlin goes to get it. There's a miscommunication on who's supposed to take that with Kemp hitting as an outside hitter. Beautiful hands by Monks, so there is a scramble by Liberty. Pass by Smith. It is tipped over. There is a big hit. Beautiful dig
save
by Burnett. It's very hard. I'm sorry if I'm yelling in the microphone. Another big hit. A tip by Monks. Outside hit to Stetter. I was right there. Burnett, beautiful. Let's see if they use it. Kemp goes to hit. It is dug by number 1 Hatch. It is a push by Grega. Another beautiful pass by Smith. This time it's going to be a short push by Kemp. Middle hit, middle tip.
Beauty.
Kemp gets a beautiful dig. It is pushed deep by Joe Judlin. Outside by Stetter, touched at the net. Let's see, it was a beautiful pass by Smith. So, oh my goodness, we got to use these.
Hits the ball hard.
Tight set, there is a joust, and it results
Left.
in Wellsboro's point as Owlett's able to get her hand on it and hold it up. So, I'm very glad that the parents get to be here for this game.
Tied 22-all, first set.
Beautiful serve. It is passed nice and high. Tip,
Beaut.
they read that the whole way. Nice scramble by Grega as it goes back over. They set. Oh my goodness,
beauty.
you saw that the whole way. Holy Toledo. You saw that scramble and you could just see them as Monk started her approach so early, and that timing was absolutely perfect.
Well, here's my guess. We're surprised when we make a good play and it comes back. I think the Mounties are surprised when they make an awesome play and it comes back.
Yes.
This is a very good match.
I know.
23, Wellsboro has the lead, 23-22 in the first set. Now, I am aware that the Mounties have lost a set. I believe their first match of the season, one of their early matches, was against Kawanisky Valley, and they did lose a set.
Okay.
So they're not carrying an undefeated match and set record so far.
That's okay. It was, wow.
Let's
like
hope
I said,
Coach Zahusky has the magic words for 2 more points in there.
Oh, and we do apologize. I get so excited. I know I'm getting louder and louder, and I've got this shield on, and I can tell like something happens, and I get excited. So Burnett serve, beautiful. She gets it in after that timeout. Stetter goes cross court. Smith digs it. Jordan pushes it over. We sat outside, but takes away the line shot because it's so far outside, and Judlin double hits it on her set.
Okay, the set score has to be 25 or greater. You need to win with 25, a 2-point lead.
So there we have Nowry setting that ball way outside. So it is angled coming back. Kemp only had really one choice on that. It is an attempted hit by number 10, Kale, and she mistimed it and was like, man, what did I just do? So as a result, what you looking for?
10.
Penn?
10.
10?
I don't know who it is.
Oh, I got it. Just a minute. And number 1 passes that ball. We have a deep serve. Burnett, beautiful job. Kemp sets outside to Owlett, who hits, and it hits off some fists, but we got a back row hit. It is touched. Beautiful dig. Jordan Judlin gets it up. It goes deep.
Oh!
I think it was just out. See, I thought it was just out. I think Coach McKnight is going to just come unhinged here.
I do believe it.
You thought it was in.
I thought it touched the line.
So, deep ball. I'll have to go back and watch instant replay on that one.
Yeah.
Smith goes to hit it. It did not go over, so it ends up being 4 hits. And so we have Liberty, who is serving for the set with Stetter, number 4. It is a floating ball,
no.
an overpass.
Okay.
So Liberty is going to, oh, that's a tight set. And so Grega, who is able to time that well with that left hand, is able to, because it's still on the plane of the net, she was able to reach over. Now, had it completely crossed, she wouldn't have been able to reach like that. So we have that Liberty wins 26-24 that first set, but this is going to be a match tonight, and I am so looking forward to this.
Yeah, Wellsboro is going to serve first in the second set. And if need be, they play as many as 5. If that goes to the 5th set, that is only going to be a 15-point game. Now, we've talked throughout the season of the designation of A, AA, AAA. The PIAA divides schools for competition based on the number of boys or girls in the school system for a particular sport. In football, there are 6 classifications. For instance, in District 4, Muncie's a Class A school, while Williamsport is 6A, based on male enrollment. In 19 volleyball participating schools in District 4, there are 6A, 9 AA, 3 AAA, 1 Quad A schools based on girls' enrollment. It is possible for girls' basketball. Prevalence for boys' volleyball are in Districts 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12. No District 4 schools offer volleyball for boys. A school may apply for an upgrade to a higher enrollment designation. I know some people say, well, what's that mean? AAA, AA, whatever. So there's an explanation. It's based on the number of girls that you have in your school that year compared to the other girls in the other schools that are playing the same sport.
Yeah, I never understood it. When I was in high school in basketball, we would always play up, but they said it was because we were trying to get away from some of the schools in our league and play different schools in district play. So we were always slated as AA, even though we were a single A school in Port Allegheny.
Well, in District 4 for volleyball, it's tougher to be in AA because there's more schools in the AA size. I know, not taking anything away from Towanda, but they won many AAA district championships by being the only AAA school in the district. They automatically got the championship then.
So set 2 starts with Kemp serving. Liberty handles it. There is a touch at the net, so that will transpire to a Liberty point. And again, I will apologize because I'm so used to this being a Mansfield, like calling it Mansfield. So I apologize if I misspeak. Liberty serves. Krakow handles it beautifully. Middle as Monks rolls that ball. There is a tip.
No,
Monks
take
reached
care of that
just
middle.
as Allett was right there. And so it is Liberty's point. Let's hope we pick up right where we left off and make this a good set here. Judlin passes high. Monks recognizes there's a little bit of an issue. She's in the way, so she back sets. I love watching our tall middles set because it just goes to show they're an all-around player. Allett's back to serve for Wellsboro. Oh my. You could see that the whole way. It just had a little bit of spin, and when it hit Kale's arms, it spun awkwardly off, and as she moved her arms, that was the end result. Allett's serve this time catches the top of the tape as it has much more top spin and dives before it crosses the net. Petrick is into the game at this time. Stetter's serve. She's a bit underneath it, and as a result, Petrick takes it to the line and calls it out. Monks is back to serve, which means you have Shiloh Duff coming into the game. Pass by Liberty is a bit awkward, but it is handled. Grega pushes it over the net. Wellsboro free balls it over. This time, Liberty sets it all up. Beautiful down the line hit by Kale. Some net play here. Wellsboro sets it up. Krakow goes to hit. It is touched at the net, so it is passed high. Ball is tight on that set. Kemp pushes it high. It is way It is way outside, and as a result, as Krakow attempts to pass it back inbounds, it goes outside the antenna. Floating serve here by Hatch. So Wellsboro has to free ball it over. There is some communication, so the back row takes it. Hitters get ready, and I'm not sure if the ball passed or not, or if Shiloh Duff had the block, but we end up with a point for Wellsboro. Judlin served low, beautiful floating serve that moved right at the last minute there on Grega. Beautiful job. Again, I'm back to the beautiful thing. I can't even tell you guys. It is a sweet, sweet thing. This time it floats. Oh my goodness, that was in. That was in.
There, it was our turn.
That serve caught everybody off guard because it started to dive and at the last second rose, and they thought it was out as a result, and it just catches the line. Grega, my goodness, she makes that look easy. I'd like to see a hitting contest between her and Bailey Monks.
Yeah.
All right. So Kale's serve this time is low and flat. Petrick, beautiful job of handling it tight. Oh my goodness. As a middle, you want that one back because that was an overpass that got a little too big on you, and then you hit it out of bounds. Outlet in for Petrick. Wellsboro still maintaining that 2-point lead as Krakow serves nice and low. You saw Hatch nice and low and hers. Wellsboro sets this up. Kemp goes to hit it. It is attempted to be dug by Hatch, and it results in a conversion. It's a point.
Hornets have a 3-point lead in set number 2 after dropping the first set.
A deep serve by Krakow makes a move. Grega goes to use it. It is out of bounds this time, a little too sharp on that angle. Those are beautiful hits when you have, but you have such a narrow margin. But if you looked at her approach, she was already out on the side, and that was really the only option she had. Krakow's short this time. It's an overpass, and
it was touched.
Duff hit that, and it might have been a bit long, but because the whole back row had snuck forward, they had no choice but to take it.
That was going to be out, but that was a split-second decision to play it.
Krakow continues to serve, and there is a miscommunication in the back row. And so you see a timeout by Liberty as Wellsboro now made that lead a 6-point lead.
Well, this is exciting.
It is.
Okay, there are different offenses that are used in volleyball. The locally used ones are usually the 5-1 or the 6-2. In the 5-1 offense, there are 5 hitters and 1 setter, 2 or 3 legal hitters at the net. The setter can be compared to the quarterback on the football team for her decision-making ability. In the 6-2 offense, there are 2 setters and 6 hitters. The setter currently in the back row can move forward to the 10-foot line and set all 3 legal hitters. When she rotates to the front row, she becomes a hitter, and the new back right player is now 3 rotations of setting.
Krakow's continuing to serve, and oh my goodness, I can see Coach McKnight getting, I can just hear you because after working with, even the other night when Coach Harmon and I were, she's like, you never miss a serve after a timeout.
Do not miss a serve after a timeout. That's one of the reasons the team took the timeout.
Grega serves deep. Wellsboro handles it. It is picked up by Stetter. Free ball down the line. Burnett handles it outside set. Kemp goes deep this time. It is going to be free balled by Liberty. Smith takes it. It is put into the hands of Judlin, but it's going to be free balled by Duff because it's so deep. Nice and low shot there, a defense. We're going to see if Liberty can handle it. Stetter's a little early on her approach, has to pause because the set's not quite there yet. Wellsboro uses it, converts it. It is overshot.
Beauty.
And Duff was patient and waited till it was in the zone, and she converts that for a kill. And what a way to come off the floor so that Burnett goes back to serve and Monks comes back on the floor. It's nice to see Duff having a great night tonight. So, Burnett serve. results in tightness. It draws number 4 Stetter into the net, and as a result, another point for Wellsboro. Burnett serves deep this time. Grega brings it back onto the court. It is deep to Burnett. She has her feet moving well. You have Monks, who is going to convert or try to convert, but is dug by Liberty, but it results in a free ball going out of bounds. Serve by Burnett. It is handled, outside hit by Stetter. The ball is up, beautiful dig. Oh, and it just goes out of bounds as Jordan Judlin really sacrificed there trying to get that ball up. And you see her wince a little bit. I'm sure she hit her hip off the floor there. Oh man, what a beautiful serve by Shear. Shear serves again, this time down the line. Smith tries to convert it, and it results in a bit of a shank. I don't have another word for it.
Okay, Wellsboro needs to stop this serve.
Yes.
There. Oh, she stopped it herself. That's always a danger in having those low serves.
That's right. Having an aggressive serve like that.
It's great, but I always wanted my players to have a for certain serve that they could give me in a situation.
Yes. Wellsboro converts and pushes. You saw a backspin there as Judlin goes to push it, and her hands are underneath it, so it results in a carry. Because when you do those pushes, they can't spin like that. So Smith passes that serve. You have a nice outside hit by Judlin, who redeems herself from the carry. Coming into the game right now, we have Petrick and Starkweather. Petrick, beautiful serve.
No, there's no saving that. It's outside the antenna, touching the net at the top.
Let's say normally you have beautiful serve again down the line there for Petrick. There's a back set here to Stetter. Kemp gets it dug up. You have Burnett, who brings it back over. Monks, who goes a little on the deep side. They decide to play it. It is a free ball, very awkward angle, and it draws Stetter into the net as she lost track of where she's supposed to be, but Bailey Monks was attempting to go after it anyhow because she didn't know. She's playing to the whistle. Petrick served low and catches the tape and goes over.
There it is.
Oh. And a timeout by Liberty. Woo! Petrick might be breathing a sigh of relief on that one. She kind of got the luck on that one because I wasn't sure it was going over, and it caught and rolled.
Can't practice that.
Yeah. Liberty does not seem to be panicking. I will say that for both times when they've been down, they've been very steady, and they've just been kind of like, okay, let's be calm and let's be steady. I suppose having gone to a state level game and being in like finals, you have to learn to have those nerves of steel because most of these players would have been on that team.
I must say I went to their semifinal match at Shamokin last year, and they just blew me away. Yeah, that team from Liberty, I was so proud of them. The Williamson girls one year took second in the state, and for Liberty to take second in the state, and the Elkland girls one year took first in basketball. Those accomplishments are seared into my memory. I am so proud when somebody from our league and our district can be state champion or second place.
Yes. Petrick, nice, strong serve. There was no hitting the net on that one. Grega kind of directing traffic on the floor. Miscommunication on that as far as who was supposed to get it, and it results in a point to Liberty. So there is a rolling shot down to Starkweather. Back row attempt by Burnett that converts it because she took some off of that. But see, that's what you're talking about, is you'd much rather see that top roll and that floor swing. Burnett was trying to stay below the height of the net as the back row libero. The libero is the only one who has to jump that low, just so you know. serve by Monks. Beautiful block by Duff. You can see her smile from here. There is another set. Duff goes up and converts. Nothing like having that touch and then just being like, feed me again, man. Feed me again.
Great match. Both teams. Great play. This
Yes.
is what we waited for all year, I think.
Yes, I think so. Beautiful serve, light to Wellsboro. Kemp digs it up after the touch off the block. There is a rolling shot by Starkweather. There is a rolling shot by Stetter. Beautiful pass by Petrick. Beautiful hands by Kemp. Deep hit by Duff. It is a push. You could see that one the whole way. You could see the push.
Yep.
Again, they've got to recognize where her angle is, and I know it's hard when you're watching the setter, but if Grega's going to be that flat to the net, she's not going to have options. Floating short serve. What a beautiful serve by Hatch. They have to watch it, though. If they move forward, she's going to go deep on them. She has very good command of her serve. And there was what we're talking about.
Yes, exactly.
Is at the last second, Petrick has to make an adjustment. Free ball over by Starkweather. It is outside to Grega, who this time gives herself options because she has actually had a great angle. She's able to take it down the line, and that was a beautiful set, too. So, score is still a 7-point ball game here. Deep serve. Burnett takes it. It is a high outside set. There's a roll shot by JoJo Judlin. You have Grega, who attempts, but I think it was out of bounds, but I'm not sure. Oh, nope, they said it hit the floor. Like I said, I've got a right where that ball hits, there's a bright
there's a reflection from the light. Yeah.
Deep served, and Burnett handles it this time, gets it to Kemp, who sets it outside to Judlin. Free ball over. It is to the middle. Nice deep hit. Kemp attempts to push it up, and it appears that Wellsboro will be taking their time out to stop the bleed as the margin narrows to 5.
Yeah, they don't want to let this one get away from them after the large lead that they've had.
Yes. I don't know if I'm going to have a voice after this. I came in and did the JV game
well,
because the girls wanted to hear that. And I tried to do it earlier in the year, and we could hear it up in the booth, but they didn't hear it out in the community, and we didn't know because that was senior night, and I said I would do senior night for them. But, yes, so back to you, Coach.
Okay, I want to talk about overlap a second. You only have a relationship with the player in front or beside you. You do not have limitations in associating with the diagonal players to you. For example, if you are closer to the net than the player in front of you, in rotation order at the time of the serve, you have overlapped, and that's a loss of serve. If you are closer to the sideline than the player beside you in rotation order, you have overlapped and will lose the serve. All this has to be accounted for by the officials.
Hatch's serve is handled easily. Beautiful job by Burnett, and they set up JoJo Judlin, who just does a nice downward swing, but finds that corner as they recognize there is a big hole back there because they really hadn't hit it yet. But that all started with that pass by Burnett. If you don't have great passing, you can't set up your offense. Excuse me.
No!
Oh. Man, I was like, is it going to roll? Work so hard and only get 1 point. Now we got to hold it here. Kale the serve, and it is down the line. Petrick does a beautiful job of passing it up. Kemp, oh my goodness. What a beautiful dig by Grega. It is handled and free-balled. Wellsboro goes to set it up. Duff goes up. Hands help push it high for the outside. Grega goes up. This time there's hands. Judlin puts it up. Beautiful job to set it. Oh, we have Duff who read that right, but Wellsboro pushes it. Let's see what happens here. Outside to Grega. Beautiful dig by Petrick. Woo! Roll shot. Oh no, it's an overpass, and so Liberty sets it up. Again, this time down the net. It is too much of an angle, but Kemp was ready for that time. She was right there ready to handle it if it came over.
Grega has awesome court awareness. Awesome.
Yes, she does.
She knows where the empty floor spaces are, and that's what you need to know. Okay.
She knew that as a junior, too. Starkweather goes to serve.
Yeah.
Beautiful serve. There is a tip. Kemp handles it. There is a push deep. It causes a little back row trouble, so Liberty has to free ball it.
Oh.
Burnett passes it. Judlin gets it outside, and there's a roll shot. This time she goes shorter. It is pushed outside. Grega brings it hard. You could see that the whole way. She saw that they set up on the line, so she took the deep middle because that is what is open. Smith is in for Starkweather.
Wellsboro needs to figure out how to get 2 more points here in this set. They can't let this get away from them.
Grega back to serve. Burnett gets it high. Smith gets it to the front row. No. Kemp just tips it over. I can't believe she used that. That was beautiful. And in the attempt to get out of the way, Stetter actually falls underneath the net. And when she puts her hands down, it becomes a violation. And so we have Burnett, who has served well this set, who is serving for the set to even this up at 1-1. She does a nice deep ball to Grega. The set goes to the outside to Stetter, who rolls it. Beautiful pass by Smith. Outside hit by Kemp, but it hits the antenna, and so it is considered a down ball. So if Wellsboro can get the side out here, they will win this set. And they win the set because the toss was too low by number 8, Shear, and she should have let it drop. So.
Well, now that's definitely one that Wellsboro didn't want to get away. They led 16-10, 19-10, 21-12, and 24-18. So, okay, that's the second set of a potential 5-set match. Wellsboro lost the first one, 26-24, and won the second one, 25-19.
Michelle, they have water on the floor. Sorry. I was just hollering over to our game manager that there's water on the floor and they need to get that wiped up so somebody doesn't get injured.
We talked about overlap a minute ago. Interchange is another term used in volleyball. Legally switching positions to optimize your team's attack after the serve. You must adhere to the privileges afforded to the front row versus the back row player. But interchange is legal. And when I first started coaching 50 years ago, they, we put 6 players on the court, and we had one at center front, which was a setter, and one at center back, which when she rotated front was going to be the setter for the one going back. And, and the setter just, when she rotated to right front, she set from there. Yeah. And we even, I think, were setting from the left front, even though that's not a good thing to do. And then we realized that you could interchange. So the next step in the progression of the evolution of the sport in Tioga County was to interchange that setter. So you always had her in the position that you wanted her. So that's what the term interchange is, and a while ago I explained the term overlap. We're trying to do some educating here this year, as well as just calling the plays, because I have found out that some people don't entirely understand volleyball, and so I hope we're not making people think we're thinking that they don't know a thing about volleyball, but to have some basic understanding is helpful.
Yes.
What these girls are doing now is so much more than what it started out to be, but you're seeing 2 teams right now that are playing really good volleyball tonight. Mm-hmm. Wellsboro has lost twice. North Penn Liberty hasn't lost so far this year. But they lost a lot of people from last year's team, and I think part of what's carrying them through is the fear of having to play them. And I know what that is in sports, I really do.
Yes.
That carries over year after year. Mm-hmm. Well, you've got to play the game with what you have. Coach Nowry did say she had good JVs coming up this year to fill those vacancies of the 6 people that graduated from last year's wonderful team.
You've got some great leadership there, especially with like the seniors that were on last year's team and Grega, and it's nice to know that they'll be continuing on this legacy between these 2 teams. we have even on our team with Bree Kemp and Bailey Monks and Shiloh Duff, and they've been varsity members for a very long time, like since freshman, sophomore year. So they too will be leaving a legacy here, and I truly, truly appreciate all that. So we are back to game action, and we have number 12 serving. Crocco goes to take the pass, and slight pop there, and it ends up going into the bench. So we have Nowry, who starts out with that serve. This time it goes a bit long, and even though Crocco takes the swing with her arms, she realizes, whoops, that was a bit long. You always hope that nobody really noticed, but when you're out there doing it, you did it. Kemp goes to serve. Grega passes it up. It is free balled over. Kemp gets it back, and there is a carry by Judlin. She's getting her thumbs under too much. She's got to keep her thumbs back. So, as a former setter, I see that. Nice floating serve. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and she was a bit underneath that, too. Timing was a bit off on that one. So, Stetter continues to serve. Nice, beautiful serve. Crocco gets it. This time, much better timing, and it results in a conversion. If you notice that Monks took a little off of it, and that's what a mature player will do, is realize, oops, I was a little off last time. Let's not try to kill it.
You have to compensate, yeah.
Yes, let's get the rhythm back. Beautiful floating serve by Owlett. Set by Liberty is rolled back row hit by Burnett. Sorry, I started watching the game. There is a touch. No, there's not a touch. I was going to say, was there a touch by Crocco? They finally said no, it was 4 hits. She didn't touch it, and so it's Wellsboro's ball, and we are tied back up. Owlett continues to serve, this time into the top of the net. And Petrick will be coming back into the game for Crocco. Hatch's serve this time will go to Burnett. Burnett handles it. Kemp back sets Monks, who sees the hole and does that beautiful roll shot that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, right.
Right into the, as Coach Harmon would say, the campfire. Beautiful high serve outside. Grega comes out. She passed it, and then she got herself outside and ready to hit. Not exactly the person I think you want to serve. I think you want to serve away from Grega. So we have Kale, who serves. Wellsboro handles it. Beautiful line shot by Judlin. I think they've been working on that, and that was beautiful.
Scores tied 5-5 in the third set.
Beautiful floating serve down the line to Stetter. Stetter handles it. Beautiful block by Duff. Like I said, she's having a game tonight, man.
Yes, she is. Yes, absolutely.
This might be her career blocks and kills. And
no!
Boy, that catches, but it goes over. Outside hit by Grega, and she still is able to bring it. Wellsboro adjusted, thinking that it would be a little bit lighter of a shot, and it still had some serious roll and power to it. Grega's serve is short. You just saw that kind of zip to the side and dive as soon as it's crossing the net. This time Grega's got that underspin like Kemp likes to do on her serve. There you have an overset, and Duff is there as the block and is able to convert, and we are back to a tied ball game as the rotations whip around here. Owlett's back in and Petrick's back out, and Crocco's serving, and like I said, we're moving, and that right there is why you don't like them bouncing the ball, isn't it?
Right.
There is a tip over. That's close to being a carry, but it's not quite. Beautiful back with with Kemp. You have a touch. There was a touch at that point in time at the net. We could hear it up here. And so it is Liberty's ball. Smith is in for Krakow. And here comes Shearer, who has that powerful serve. This time, top spin. Outlet moved outside, preparing for it. It is free balled over by Kemp. Liberty takes it. Stetter has the outside attempt, and it was going to hit the floor, and Smith gets her fingers on it, but it just can't control it. This time, Shearer, oh man, she's tossing it a little too far out in front of her, and as a result, hitting down on top of it instead of getting that nice top spin like she likes with her serve. And again, we're whipping right around here as Monks is back in the game, and Duff takes a breather. Burnett's serve. This is where we got a lot of points last time. Beautiful dig by Smith.
No.
And in this melee, as we're watching, it turns out that they call the setter for a double hit.
Now, I would
Had a little
say,
too much spin.
These officials are calling more of that this year than we have seen.
Well,
I mean, this match.
yes. This match, I'm sure, yes. Burnett passes the ball up off of a free ball. It is set outside. Kemp, beautiful swing, but dug by Grega. Free ball by Liberty. Monks sets it high. You have outside hit. It is touched at the net. It is not touched at the net, and so is 4 hits by Wellsboro. You called that from up here, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
All right, and back to serve. We have Nowry, their setter, and pushed down the line by Kemp,
wouldn't
but
push it to
Grega
that
handles
corner.
it. Big block by Monks. What's that?
I wouldn't push it to that corner.
I was gonna say
to Grega.
I was gonna say not to
This
Grega.
corner.
Yeah, I'd go away from Grega, man. She's got good ball control. Yeah, she's a great player. Not that the others aren't. There's just a
Oh, they're
certain
all
floor
real
presence
good.
about her. She's very
Up.
calm and methodical. A little confusion there. Monks pushes it over. Back set. It's a little tight. It's punched over. Wellsboro is, I don't know what they're doing. There's some confusion. It is overpassed. Monks is there and gets the block. Woo! I don't know, as a coach, that always made me nervous when we got into this little back and forth instead of setting stuff up.
Right. Exactly.
All right, beautiful serve by Kemp. Outside to number 10, Hale, who hits it out. And so we continue to see Wellsboro is growing their lead. It is up by 2 at this point. A low, oh my goodness. A low serve that catches the top of the tape, and we see that Kemp gets another point there. This time floating, and it goes short middle. It is pushed to the back.
That's it. That's
That was
where
a
to
beautiful
push it.
point there. Same kind of thing that Mansfield's trying to do to Wellsboro, or Liberty's trying to do to Wellsboro. Middle, oh man. Middle attempt by Monks, and she catches the top of the tape. Stetter's serve goes to Smith, who handles that easily. Outside set to Judlin, who goes deep. Stetter handles it, though. Setter handles it. It is pushed, dug beautifully by Burnett. Beautiful set by Owlett. It is pushed by, oh my goodness, we got a lot of pushing going on. Beautiful block as we have double hands on Grega. Roll shot. Smith gets the ball dug up. There is an attempt, missed time there. It is now pushed. Burnett gets the ball up. A little confusion.
Needs a help.
Bailey Monks times that well, but Liberty gets it back up. It's overpassed.
Oh, yes.
Judlin saw the deep back row and gets it in. Beautiful job. Way to be patient. And so with that, we have coming back into the game, Petrick to serve, as well as Krakow for Smith. Whew. I need to take a breather, man. This is like intense.
You shouldn't have done a JV match tonight.
I promised the girls. All right, so Liberty goes to do it, and it goes off the block. And so it is back over to Liberty. Nice use by Spohn on using that block there as she swung away. Hatch's serve goes to Petrick, who handles it well. Judlin does a roll shot
Nice.
to the spot that there is a opening.
I'm seeing some court awareness on
Yes.
the part of Wellsboro now.
Yes.
This is what we need. You have got to know where the players
holes
are
are.
on the other side and where the empty floor spaces are.
Yes, because as these volleys go long, the defense pulls in and in and in,
Right.
and you know the holes are going to be deep. And then if they make the adjustment to back, then the holes are short.
Whoop.
Uh-oh. And there was a release and a miscommunication, and Monks dives after it, but it is point to Liberty. Kale gets it to Burnett.
Oh.
Burnett gets it up. Free ball over by Crocco. Middle hit. You have beautiful hit by Shear. Beautiful hit by and block, but we
There's
have
that floor spike. Too
it's
long.
the right idea, but the hand did not give any spin to the top of that ball, and so
Right.
it went underneath it. Whew. I hope you're catching all of this because I know I'm not keeping up with it. So we have a pass. Duff is going to help out here. Free ball by Petrick. Beautiful pass. It is an outside set to Grega, who's going to tip over.
That's it. Come
Beautiful
on.
job. Good hustle by Wellsboro. It does not make the net, though. As you saw them turning and trying to get the ball up, and they're going after everything. The score is back to being tied up. Great game and great sportsmanship by both teams. So Kale's serve goes deep. Wellsboro pushes it over. Liberty uses it and converts with Grega with a kill.
Okay, Wellsboro had a 3-point lead, now trailing by 1 in the third set.
Kale's serve has just been dominant here. Not that it's like having aces, but they're struggling with getting it to the setter. But finally Wellsboro's able to convert something, and Kale errantly passes it where the setter can't get to it. And so Judlin's back to serve, and let's see what she can do here as we're tied up. And she does a beautiful top spin. It's just over. Kemp, oh man. Kemp uses it. Okay, good conversion. I was almost going to be like, don't overuse it, people. My problem is I forget I'm commentating, and I start going into watching and wanting to cheer. Judlin with a serve. It is handled by Hatch. Outside set to Grega, who tips it over. Kemp is ready, and she knows herself, so she put her hands before the line and tries to control it, but it is not able to be controlled by Wellsboro.
See, you
So-
don't have to have a hard hit to get a kill shot. Those
That's right.
tips over the block or just dropping them into the floor space.
Yeah, beautiful
softly.
ball handling there by Petrick. Cross court hit, but Grega was ready for it. It is pushed down the line by Grega. It is a set by Judlin. Oh man, I can't believe they didn't call that one.
It's a roll. Yeah, rolled off her hand.
There is a attempted block here by number 12, who on her swing down, she just caught with her wrist. So Crocco is back to serve, and in for Wellsboro is Owlett as Petrick comes out of the game. She's playing beautiful defense too tonight. She's playing a game of her career too. Owlett. Crocco serves, and it goes just wide, and so Smith is coming into the game. Here we go with Shear. Shear gets it
No.
long.
That would have been long, yeah.
Yeah. And
But
as I
it's
say,
coming
Burnett
right at
just,
you, right at your face.
Burnett just looked at Coach Zahusky and said that was out, wasn't it? Again, another deep one, and it hit both. It wouldn't surprise me any to see Shear go short
Okay,
now.
that's 2 points on that serve. They need to adjust and stop it.
There
we
you go. There's a beautiful pass by Burnett. Middle set, beautiful hit, but it's right to Grega. And so you have a cross-court hit. Smith attempts to put past that ball up, and it just goes long. So it is now 21-18 in favor of Liberty.
Mounties have scored 3 in a row here from an 18-all tie. Timeout Wellsboro.
I keep hitting my microphone with my mask. Not only do you get me shouting tonight, but now you're getting all this scratchiness as my mask, as I'm turning my head to look at what's going on. So.
Well, I'm used to being in the stands screaming a lot. And as I said before, we're supposed to be showing some restraint up here, but this is a hard match to do that in, Coach.
It is. But I love this game. I always love this game.
Right.
Like I said, it's great volleyball, and you have two teams that have great respect for each other. I do feel bad that the Mansfield or Liberty, sorry, I did it again. The Liberty parents can't be in here this evening, but we do appreciate that you're watching this on Channel 13, and we want to thank Blue Ridge for sponsoring and showing our games so that our parents can see this. That's a great service they do for our community. So when you see your next Blue Ridge cable guy or gal, give them a big thank you, because they mean a whole lot in our area, especially to our high school.
Well, I knew when they started the season doing the games. I didn't know when we were allowing parents back in whether they would continue, and they did. So
yes,
very good community gesture.
Yeah. Yes. Shear continues to serve. Another struggle with the pass. Let's see what Liberty does with it. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful approach and hit by Stetter. Okay.
Okay, somebody has to make a big play for Wellsboro.
I was going to say, she's been hitting that same spot. You would think that they're going to start making that adjustment here. This time a little loftier on the serve. And so nice high pass deep. Grega is back there to pass. It is tipped over. Judlin is there. And yes, they're going to call that, because you could see the sideways spin come off of her hands. So it's a hard attempt. You're allowed to do just about anything with the serve, so that's why if you're like, hold it, they did it on the serve, but you're allowed to do just about anything with the serve. However, the set, you are not. Whew, and that caught the back line. I thought it might have been just long, but they're saying it caught the back of the line.
6 straight points for the Mounties.
And this is set point here. That one's long, and she touched it. I was going to say, and Burnett touched that, and you can see the disappointment in her face. Let's hope Coach Zahusky gives her a little talk to say, let it go, and let's get her heads back in the game, because that was just a great serve. But they know they can do this, and we know from set to set, you can have any kind of personality here, you know.
Well, we've got TV coverage tonight on this match. This is one of the key sporting events happening tonight, I'm sure.
Yes, I think it might be WETM or what's the one out of Corning? ENY?
Yes.
Okay. I get them mixed up. I don't cable.
Oh, okay.
That's my excuse.
So far, we have 3 sets. Wellsboro lost the first one, 26-24. That's one they'll wish they had back, I'm sure. Second one they won, 25-19. This third one was tied at 18 all, and then Wellsboro dropped that one 25-18.
Have we done any 5-setters this year?
Have we done
any 5-setters? Neither has Mansfield,
oh, yes.
right?
Athens away loss was 5 sets.
Okay.
All
right.
For most of the season, we hadn't lost a set.
Okay.
It wasn't until Wyalusing we had played 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th match of the season. We lost 1 set to Wyalusing here.
Okay.
24-26. And
that's right. That was a close one.
Yeah, and then we lost to Athens in 5. We beat Athens the next night in 3. We beat Towanda in 3 Saturday night, and we beat Towanda in 3 last night. As I said before, this is a week where Wellsboro's playing 4 consecutive matches, and so far tonight they're showing that they are up for it and not fatigued yet. They have 2 more to go. Canton here tomorrow night, and at Northeast Bradford on Thursday night.
Yes.
It's chilly in here.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm sure the players appreciate it, but
for the rest of us,
well, that door over there is propped open for some reason. It is chilly in the Wellsboro gym tonight.
And Kemp starts out with a serve, and it is handled by Liberty. Free balled over. Burnett gets it to Kemp, who sets outside to Allett. Allett gets it up, but it is touched by Liberty. Pushed deep by Kemp. Outside hit to Stetter, who goes just a bit wide. She, too, was underneath that. You could see her say afterwards, whoops. So she knew what she did. She's only a sophomore. I'm kind of looking forward to see what she does in the future as well. Kemp serves, hits the net, but Liberty does get it up. Hands on it by Monks. Judlin is right there for that tight set, and she is able to put it to the floor. I don't know how Coach Z is staying so calm over there. She's just like walking the floor. Both coaches seem very, very mellow and calm. All right, beautiful pass by Grega. It is a quick set to the middle. No one goes up as a result, and it hits the floor between the defense. Liberty is ball. Whoops, there I go again, hitting that thing. So, Nowry's serve is handled by Crocco, but it's an overpass, and now that's an overpass.
It.
And
that's it.
Monks did her whole approach and everything on that.
She read that one right.
Petrick's coming into the game to serve. I'm going to tip my microphone down a little bit here and hope that I stop hitting my mask. Petrick's serve, top spin, and it is tight to the net. Notice the setter had to stay on the floor because she is in the back row. There is a push straight down the line. There is a tip on that. Petrick, beautiful pass outside set. It is a roll shot by Crocco outside. Oh, back hit. Sorry, they even fooled me on that one by Kale. Overpass.
Nice, Kim.
And number 9 tips that back over, and we have a long hit by Wellsboro. It is Liberty's ball. Woo! Number 4, Stetter is back to serve. A tight pass. Kemp tries to turn to play it out of the net. You don't have the play on these nets like you did back when I played, where you had a real tight bottom and you could actually get like a ricochet out of the net. That doesn't happen anymore. Crocco goes to pass the ball. It goes a bit outside. She has a deep cross-court spike. It is a free ball, and
yes.
Monks goes right up and hits it as she recognized the defense was out of position.
You should have played 50 years ago when the goal was to just get the net approximately 7-4.
Oh, my goodness.
Just try to get it at that. That was the rule.
Oh. And so Wellsboro, we see free balls it over. I don't know what that was, but I think there was not sure how many hits had actually occurred. And Grega goes right down the line. She is able to turn her body in the air. That is like a sign. I wonder where she's. I think she's playing for a college, but I'm not sure what school she's playing.
Well,
for.
I would hope so.
I'd be curious. So back set here to Duff. Duff hits it cross court. Liberty gets it up. And Grega hits it cross court at the 10-foot line. Point to Liberty. It is 5-4. They're up now. As Hatch serves this time, we see that Judlin handles it, gets it to Kemp, who back sets it to Shiloh Duff. They tip it over. It is roll shot just outside by Shearer. It was the right idea as Wellsboro had shifted, but it was too much of a turn.
You know, in those push passes to the back line, when Greg gets in the back line, it's not hard to tell her. I would tell my players, the girl in the white headband, don't hit it to her.
That's very true. Just like they're probably telling their team, don't overpass it to Bree Kemp. Or Bailey Monks. Beautiful float serve by Judlin. Free ball. Burnett goes back and gets it. Judlin gets a nice high passing set. Stetter, nice pass outside. There was a little miscommunication there. It is free balled over by Petrick. And the attempt is to get it high as Nowry hits the floor trying to just get it up, and it doesn't happen. She kind of laughed a little bit there, so it's good that she's in good humor. Beautiful float serve yet again. And you're going to see a free ball by Liberty. High passing ball. It's a little too tight. Judlin with a good idea, just putting your hands up so that if it hits, that it's not hitting straight down.
Hit it deep. They're all up at the net. They're backing up now, but
Kemp with a beautiful hit outside. It appears that there is a net here. I'm not sure if it was 12 or 10, but they're both apologizing to each other for whatever happened there. Judlin, this one had a little bit of a twist. Stetter gets it up. It's over.
Oh, yes.
Crocco tips it back over.
2 hits.
Wellsboro sets it up outside to Kemp, who goes down the line And Stetter tries to hustle after it, and it is point to Wellsboro. Kill for Kemp. And now Wellsboro's up 9-5. And there is a timeout by Liberty. Like I said, both of these coaches are so calm. Even in they're not really animated, and in their timeouts, they're just real level.
Right. Right.
It translates to their players too, I think. So.
Well, and then you look at the fans over there going
crazy.
Oh no, I was going to say nuts. They have
Now they're
masks
level.
on. Are they frowning? Are they smiling? I do not know. However,
Yeah.
I know that JoJo Judlin's mother has a sign she holds up in green every time JoJo does something fantastic, and she's been flashing that sign a lot tonight.
Well, she and her dad. Her dad's right there too.
Yeah, the whole family's right up there with the signs. But yeah, I don't know. There maybe is a kind of tension building here tonight. This match is not decided yet by any stretch of the imaginations. Wellsboro has a 4-point lead here in the fourth set in a match of two key teams in the District 4 AA brackets.
Beautiful pass here. It's overpass. Oh, Shiloh. I'm like, you saw that.
Yeah, and I was
having a game.
She would go early because of the anticipation, but her timing was impeccable.
She's very patient. I like that about her as a player. She's very patient.
Right.
Beautiful serve, and it's an ace and results in another point. Oh, another beautiful serve to Grega, handles it. It's up, free ball. Burnett handles it. It's going to the middle, down just a bit long this time. Duff was a little bit underneath it, and so it went a bit long there. So here we have Kale back to serve. Ooh, and as a result, we are moving right around here with Owlett coming back in, Petrick coming out. Beautiful serve by Crocco. A little bit of difficulty handling it. It gets up, and Grega handles that. My goodness, she has such control. Beautiful cross-court hit by Emma Owlett. And Duff goes up and tries to block Shear, but Shear ends up converting it as it goes off of Duff's hands. Smith is into the game for Crocco, and Grega is serving. Twisting serve, and Burnett handles it. Middle set, it is barely tipped over the net by Kemp. Dig, beautiful dig by Burnett, outside hit. Cross-court dig by Grega, and there is miscommunication between setter and middle hitter, and it converts to a point for Wellsboro. Duff serving the ball. Outside to, oh my goodness, back outside. Kemp hits the ball and hits the floor. Grega tries to come into the hole and just misses it.
I think that was a mishit, but it went into the campfire.
Yes, absolutely. Duff serves again. Outside to Stetter. Duff just throws her hands up trying to stop it, and you have Kemp with a hit, and there's a scramble by Liberty. Wellsboro gets a set. Bailey Kemp. Bailey Monks goes up and turns just a little too much. Didn't realize she wasn't quite where she thought she was, and it goes out of bounds. So Duff having a night of it. She comes off the floor, and in comes defensive specialist libero Burnett, and that serve by Shear is out of bounds. She had gotten a lot of points for them last time, and this time it's out of bounds. Kemp has a little bit of an under backspin on that. She digs that ball up after Stetter gets it up. It's going to be a roll. Bailey Monks gets it nice and high. Kemp, as she's scrambling, just throws it deep. Middle hit there by Spohn. Nice outside hit by Owlett, and it converts off the block for a point. Woo. That was such a long point. They're like, are you sure that's who's supposed to be? I don't know. They look confused. We look confused. It's the right thing. I'm still a little surprised they're letting that one go, but Stetter, beautiful approach that time. You saw it occurring. I had to get my mind and my names all about me there watching all of that transpire.
That's why you have that job. I don't have that job.
All righty. Nowry serves right down the middle. Smith goes to take it and has a little trouble, but Judlin is able to scramble and get it. Burnett goes to the middle. It is tight. Beautiful get. Oh,
Again.
man. It's like a beautiful get by Judlin there as she came flying in. But, boy, that's a scramble for her that set. Nowry, beautiful serve. That time we see Smith hitting the floor. Beautiful set by Monks. Nice cross-court hit by number 10, Kale.
You couldn't have it better in the corner than that.
No, that was square. That was knowing there was a hole there. Nowry serves long this time as it floats a little bit more and her hand came underneath as well. Petrick in for Owlett. She's going to serve this time, and Smith out and Crocco in for the front row. Smith's doing a pretty bang-up job this evening and on defense as well. Beautiful top serve, top spin serve. Beautiful block. Oh no! Kale came down not knowing Grega was right there covering her and poked her hand out, and Grega had that the whole way. And that's okay. Good teammates, they kind of laugh it off and say, it's okay, sorry, didn't mean to. This time, a lower driving set.
Oh!
Burnett gets that.
Oh!
Oh. Miscommunication, and as a result, you see that it is Liberty's ball. Stetter serves. Crocco struggles a little handling it, but Burnett says, I got it. Push deep as Joydlin squares herself. Grega goes up. There are big hands, but they yell as Stetter comes in to dig and says, it's out. So you got it.
Wiped it off the block to the out of bounds.
Yes. Again, she has great court presence. Stetter did, like, I think was more like, oh no. It's okay.
The Mounties have scored 2 points in a row here now.
High floating serve. You have Burnett that kind of overpassed it and recognizing it. Kemp takes it. I wasn't sure if that actually went inside or outside the antenna, but I guess it was inside the antenna, and as a result, Wellsboro is going to take a time out because, as you said, that's 3 in a row.
Yeah. Had a 7-point lead, narrowed down to 4 now. Can't let this game get away from them either. After losing that first game, 26-24, my goodness, in a match like this. Now, we know who you're not supposed to serve it to. The goal is not to serve it to a player. You want to try to serve it to a seam between 2 players. Serve it to a player that made the last mistake. Mm-hmm. Serve it to a player who just came into the match. That's always a good idea. And serve to the court area most likely to force a more difficult set to the primary hitter. So there's a lot of strategies on serving. I know some years, in the early years when I coached, we just wanted to get the ball across the net.
That always varies with your team. Stetter serves deep. Burnett has it. There is a high set to Crocco. Crocco hits just outside. So Stetter's still continuing to serve here as that gap narrows. Burnett passes the ball. Monks goes to help. It is a free ball by Crocco.
Here, Wellsboro.
There's a back set. Beautiful hit. The hands got on it as the seam was not closed, and as a result, Lizzie Kale is able to convert that point. High arcing ball, nice pass. There you go. Now it's a back set to Monks, who hits the ball. It goes off the block and finds the floor as Hatch was moving to her left and realized after it hit the block she had to come back right. So Burnett's back to serve as you have us rotating around here. Outside to Grega. Their hands get on it. Burnett gets it up. Krakow goes and hits off the block. Liberty tries to handle it. Push deep. Middle hit by, oh, nice dig.
Great save.
Grega goes down the line. Burnett gets it.
That's it.
Very good. Lots of communication going on. It is a back set this time. It goes off the net. There is a flurry here. We're going to have another free ball. Duff takes it. It is an outside set to Grega. Big hands, and it hits the floor in the campfire region. The good news is that you're making Liberty take more and more swings, which should, in essence, tucker them out because they haven't played as many sets. However, you do have to get to a point where you're converting these after a while. Outside hit to Grega, who beautiful dig by Petrick. Free ball by Duff. Unique kind of set. I don't know what was going on there, so it's tipped over. Wellsboro goes to use it. Krakow goes to hit it. It is hit off the block, and as a result, converts to a point. Moving back around, Judlin's back to serve. It is a 3-point ball game here in Wellsboro High School Gymnasium. Judlin's serve goes down the middle. Stetter handles it. Stetter gets it high. Back row attempt by Stetter. Petrick, beautiful pass to Judlin, who gets it to the middle. It is a tip. Grega comes running in and gets it. It's going to be a free ball. It goes down the line, but Burnett is there. Again, outside to, oh my goodness, beautiful. Outside hit to Kemp, who Grega comes out of nowhere and digs it, and I thought for sure Liberty was going to pick it up, and it is Wellsboro's point. Judlin serves again, this time a little more aggressively. The tip comes over the net, but Judlin's ready. Kemp sets it back to the middle. It is pushed by Burnett, who's calling it off. She had to stay on the floor because she's in front of the 10-foot line. Kemp digs that ball at that tip, and Duff goes up and hits it a little too tight, so she couldn't get a full swing. It is a tip this time. Judlin handles it. Kemp goes back to the middle, and Duff goes to hit it, but her body was in an awkward position and hits it into the net. 3-point ball game. I had to do my math there. Kale serve this time, goes down the middle. Petrick handles it, but goes straight up. So free ball is coming here by Kemp. Liberty goes outside to Grega. It is off the block, passed up by Burnett. It is a bit outside, so Kemp has to go cross court and draws the blockers into the net as they're trying to get that up so she doesn't get the kill. And it is a point to Wellsboro. We move right back around. Outlet back in. Krakow's serve this time is, low. Gotta have those serves. Key times. Grega is back to serve. Smith is into the game on defense. And it is low, and she does just what you said to the new person in the game. Beautiful middle hit by Kemp, but it's dug and handled. It is back to Wellsboro. Kemp goes to the cross court, handled by Stetter. It is high and outside, roll shot. Smith gets it to Judlin. Judlin outside to Kemp, who swings hard cross court to Grega. And it is hard angled. And Smith goes to try to get the ball up, but was going down a little too soon, and it is off her hands. Whew, I'm so far behind. Fast game tonight, you guys.
Well, volleyball isn't the easiest game to call. You're doing a fine job.
Thank you. Grega serves that to Owlett, and it results in an ace. I know our camera crew upstairs does a wonderful job of following this, but I also know because of the distance to see the court that it is hard to actually see the numbers on jerseys. So Petrick's back in the game as they attempt to break serve here, and you have a free ball. It goes to the middle as Shear. I'm like, which one was that? Shear hits out of the middle, and it is a point. We are at a tie ball game now at 22 apiece. Whew, this game.
Wellsboro had a 7-point lead at 14-7 in this set. They're going to wish they had that back.
Yes. And it's just through Liberty chipping away at it here as they just kind of kept every.
It's time for a big play over here on the Wellsboro side and swinging the momentum, and that can happen very easily. Somebody needs to do it. Make a big play, ladies.
Yes. And when we get the serve back, utilize it. Utilize it. Missed serves become missed opportunities. So coming out of this, we'll see what Grega does with it. I really highly doubt she'll miss it because she has such command of her serve. I imagine she's going to move it around the court a little bit here. It goes to the middle to Burnett. Judlin back sets to Duff, who goes cross court, handled by Hatch. Outside to Stetter, who goes right down with it. Beautiful hit there by Liberty. So, Grega's serve this time floats.
Oh.
Man, I can't believe they let that one go. Kemp takes it over. Stetter has a floater. Smith hits it up. Free ball by Wellsboro. It is passed by Hatch. Middle hit. It's long with no hands on it because Shadow Duff didn't go up that time. Owlett's back in the game, and we see Monk's back in the game. Duff is back to serve. Tied ball game here.
Oh, no.
You can see that off of her hand. So it is set point here to Liberty.
Point.
Oh, and match point. You are correct. And we have number 8, Shear, serving. Oh, my goodness. And they give us life. Shear says, wow, as she's coming off the court. Kemp serves. She serves nice and deep. Right to Grega, though. Goes to the setter. Outside to Stetter. Dig.
Oh.
I'm not quite sure why they called that 2 hits as she went up with both hands fisted. So that shouldn't have technically been a double hit. Again, another point here. Judlin goes up with it. It is tipped by Monks. Outside to Stetter. Stetter rolls it. Beautiful pass by, oh my goodness, Monks. It is high and outside, and it lands in bound on Wellsboro's side, and that is the set and match. As
Oh,
it
my
is
goodness.
26-24 fourth game. So, what a beautiful match this evening.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, nice job, you guys, both teams. That was a beautiful game on both teams. That's
Wonderful.
some of the best volleyball we've
Oh,
seen
my
this
goodness
season.
gracious.
So thank you both to Liberty and thank you both to Wellsboro. Amazing. And you have some history here after we do game wrap up. So,
Right.
so, oh my goodness. So that last set was 24-26 as Coach tries to find her materials here. 4 sets. We could have these 2 teams seeing each other again in the future at district playoff, right? Are they in the same?
Could be. I think they're both double A.
I think they are now, or they might, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the combination of the schools in Southern Tioga. So, you know, it'll be another nice match. Boy, that would be a really great game to see them play. So, tomorrow night they are here again. And you will see that match. You should be able to see that match here again tomorrow evening with Canton versus, as Wellsboro hosts Canton here in our gymnasium. Again, for the Wellsboro Hornets. Tonight we had Wellsboro in varsity action losing in 4 sets by the scores of 24-26, 25-19, 18-25, and 24-26. Yet another really good match here this evening. That was a fantastic game between Liberty, Mansfield Liberty, and Wellsboro. And JV results, congratulations to Liberty as well for winning 18-25 and 26-28. So before you leave us tonight, Coach McKnight has created a little history about the significance of this match, and I would hope that you'd stick around for just a few more minutes and listen to this, as we are in a momentous year of history here. So take her away, Coach.
Okay, and thank you, Coach Niver, for doing an excellent job calling the play-by-play, which is the harder job of the two that we have here.
I don't know. I don't think I'd want to do. I didn't do well on the color commentating on Saturday.
Okay. Okay, as you proudly watch the Hornets and Mounties play tonight, imagine all the players who have enjoyed the sport over the past 50 years. Volleyball in Tioga County was started before the Title IX legislation, making it unique to sports for girls except for basketball, which was started in 1966-67. Knowing the most rapid sports expansion for girls dictated by federal law was coming, a group of motivated college graduates from East Stroudsburg State College settled in Tioga County, Pennsylvania. They concurrently assumed the physical education positions at Mansfield High School, Wellsboro High School, and Wellsboro Junior High School in September of 1970. It was the responsibility of the female physical educators to do this emerging coaching. These women never had the same playing opportunities. What follows is the story of the progression of volleyball in Tioga County in the first few years. On June 2nd, 1971, this very school year, 50 years ago, Wellsboro took a volleyball team to Mansfield for an exhibition match to see if interest could be generated in forming a league. Wellsboro won that match 15-8 and 15-12. Don Myers coached the Tigers and Ann McKnight coached the Hornets, while Sharon O'Connor, the junior high phys ed teacher at Wellsboro, officiated. The Hornets starters were Doreen Gridley, Captain Donna Whipple, Missy Walrath, Hilda Johnson, Betty Hickey, and Cheryl Miller. In the next school year, still in the year 1971, on September 27th, an organizational letter was sent by me to the area principals to give to their female physical educators. The invitation was to meet on October 5th at the Wellsboro Junior High School if interested in starting a volleyball league. 4 schools responded and had the following coaches: Don Myers, Mansfield; Sharon Bumbarger, Elkland; Shirley Kuhn, Galton; and Sharon O'Connor and Ann McKnight in Wellsboro. 6 matches were scheduled. On November 2nd, 1971, in the inaugural match, Mansfield beat Wellsboro at Wellsboro in 3 21-point games. However, Wellsboro went on to win the rest of the matches that season, including a convincing win at Mansfield, forcing a playoff with Mansfield on November 23rd, 1971 in the Tiger Gym. Wellsboro won the playoff 21-19 and 21-17, and thus the first organized volleyball title. The league was the Tioga County League at that time. Starting for the champs, junior captain Doreen Gridley, Gail Wilcox, Hilda Johnson, Sally Walrath, Susan Cobb, and Carol Johnson. Subs for Wellsboro: Carol Trescott, Cheryl Miller, Marie Carson, Justine Warner, Connie Tokars, Penny Coolidge, Connie Bacchus, Dixie Matson, Sandy Colgrove. Managers of the team were Nancy Steger and Maxine Davis. Starters for the Mansfield Tigers, and I apologize for not having first names, only first initials: B. Vroman, D. Moore, D. Day, J. Mahon, D. Farrer, and Robinson. Subs for the Mansfield Tigers: McGraw, Harvey, Brown, Bowen, Conrad, Rizzo, and Walker. Volleyball seasons were, historically in Tioga County, that first match was played in June. But then when we organized into the 4 leagues, the matches were played in November. A league was formed in 1974-75. Volleyball was played in March for many years, squeezed in between basketball and the spring sports. The NTL West was playing just 7 matches. As the NTL East doubled their schedule to home and away, we had to follow with 14 matches to remain competitive. There were too many matches for the compressed time allotted in March. In 1984-85, the season was moved to the fall where it remains. I remember coaching volleyball in March of 1984, and we barely got the uniforms and equipment put away when it was time to issue them to the first fall season team in September. Interesting facts from that early play. The players had to wear their high school gym suits. The loser of a game earned the first serve in the subsequent game. Each team supplied 1 referee. The Wellsboro matches were played at the junior high school on just the girls' side gym. The volleyball lines were not allowed to interfere with the marked lines for basketball. Therefore, when people came in the front door, they ran right into one of the posts for the net. Play was disrupted frequently as spectators arriving late had to dash along the net during a dead ball. The spectators sat on the boys' side gym bleachers, turning their heads to the right to try to see the court. The varsity coaches in the history of Hornet volleyball include Ann McKnight and Sharon O'Connor, Jean Cook Zimmerman, Linda Radichai, Elizabeth Hoover, Jody Niver, Tanya Dates Harmon, and Sharon Hickey Zahusky. I hope you enjoyed the local girls' sports history lesson. My wish is that high school sports continue for all students to be recognized as an integral part of the educational process with the goal, along with the arts, of making the best human possible. Thank you for listening, and good night.